Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the player ratings. It's Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 0. After all that, we finished third in the Premier League. This is your player ratings for one last time this season. We are going to do an end of season player ratings next week, but we're going to just do it for this game now. So base all your votes on that. You can get involved in the comments and you can vote as we go along with this. You know the score by now. No Page at today. He's at the game, so I'm going to fill in for him, or we're going to fill in for him, is what's going to happen. Alisson Becker is open for voting. A busy-ish game for him, particularly in the first half. He has that opportunity where Andros Townsend is bearing down on him. He makes himself big, kind of puts him off. We do get a bit fortunate with that chance. Other opportunities where obviously Andros Townsend free kick, which he tips over the bar. But apart from that, I thought he was fairly quiet, to be honest. He didn't know what to do. He kept the ball well. There was moments where he was passing the ball out from the back, relatively calm. Again, Nat Phillips, Rhys Williams we'll come on to in a second. At those moments, I can say it now because we just won the game, where I've panicked, I've been worried that we'll give the ball away. And Alisson's just there, calm as a cucumber, didn't do anything. Keep your votes coming in. Si, I can't see the video coming up on the screen, so I can't see the votes actually coming in. So I'm just going to go off comments. I can see 9s, 10s, 8s, 10s. Yeah, I think we'll call it there a day for Alisson. I'm in a good mood, so 10, Si's telling me in my ear for Alisson Becker. Onto the left back, Andy Robertson. Trent, sorry, my bad. Decided to actually give me the list. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Amazing performance to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Again, he's been getting better these past couple of weeks. Fabinho being in the midfield allows Trent to bomb forward. It allows Thiago to play his game. He gives support to Mo Salah. And the first half in particular, we just overloaded that right-hand side and he was free. There was little give and goes with Mo Salah. He was getting in behind. He's been able to put crosses in. He tried a free kick from about 30 yards out, which I think kind of sums up his confidence levels right now. But he's playing like a man possessed, a man with a point to prove. And I know he did because we had to try and win that game to get into Champions League spots. But he looks like he's enjoying himself as well. And that's the case for so many of these players right now. Still 2-0 up in the game, still putting tackles in, still putting the pressure on, and still doing the things that he does going forward as well. So yeah, keep your votes coming in for him. I'm going to wrap it up in a second. One side tells me what the 9 for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And my pen's working. There it is. Trent. Next up, big Nat Phillips. Big Nat with one of the defenders with a headband on. Get your votes in for Nat Phillips now. You know what to do by now. Just absolute mustard again. I think, he gets hit in the head, in the face, sorry, by Fabinho. Fabinho holds his head, and Nat Phillips just like, what? And what? Bleeding? What? Not asked, okay. Great performance from him again, composure and confidence. I'll say this for a lot of players. These two lads in particular, I'm not doing end of season stuff now, but it was summed up. Me and Tom were talking through that game. He's not panicked on the ball. He's not rushing. I'm not as nervous as a fan watching it, and that's a repercussion of the performances that he's put in over the past couple of weeks. This was a huge game in Klopp's tenure. Never mind just for this season, and he's doing all the stuff that he should do. Like seconds later, heading the ball again, and getting in behind. And there's moments where you think that Zaha's quite dangerous. Ayew got a bit pissed off towards the end, and Townsend did cause his issues. I think Trent plays the ball to him when he's outside of the right boot. I think he expects Nat Phillips to get it. He doesn't, and we do get lucky. Okay, there's going to be mistakes, but I thought absolutely terrific again. So we'll call it a day there on Nat Phillips. And he gets a 10 as well. A 10 and a nice little headband as well. Oh my God, that's a terrible 10. Bad. Bit nervous. Jesus Christ, this pen's terrible. I'm going to do that for a third time. Rhys Williams, again, stable, confident. He was playing out in the 6-yard box, back to Alisson. No issues for him. Again, it's that confidence of having a big team in front of him. Having the crowd back as well to give him a little boost. He's under lots of pressure, lots of expectancy, and some expectancy from some people, maybe rightly or wrongly so, is for him to kind of make a mistake and mess up. Having the support of fans there to say, like, these two they've made mistakes, but they've settled in and they've done pretty well. Again, another head injury. Went off at half time, just took a couple of minutes off, ran down the tunnel, came back, and did the business for us. So I'll wrap it up there for my lovely assistant. 8 for Rhys Williams. Thank you, Tom. Got me a proper pen, and then he walked into the lights. Thank you, Tom. Right now, I don't know what he eats. I don't know what he drinks, but the performance levels that this man puts in, week out, when he must be on his absolute arse, is incredible. Again, brilliant again today, bombing up and down that left-hand wing. He had some chances where he was cutting inside. He had a couple of shot-come crosses. I'm not entirely sure what they were, but it's that penetration, that will to want to get forward, that will to want to contribute to attacks as well as defensive stuff. It's terrific from him. Like, you always expect like 7, 8 from Robertson from a standard, but again, I think the past few weeks will come on to the knock-on effect of this man being in the middle of the park means that he can go forward because he slips in there, then he benefits him, he's enjoying his game. It's just, that performance today was what we should have watched all season from Liverpool Football Club, like a proper team. These two lads, their confidence grows. He's got more confidence in them. They're not going to mess up, so he can play his own game. I just absolutely love Andy Robertson. We'll call it a day on Andrew Robertson, who gets a 10 on my high scores today. It's like everybody's in a good mood because we just, you know, come third in the Premier League, a couple of points behind Manchester United when we've had a really shit season. Fabinho, again, I've highlighted his importance. Might not be reflected in some of his games. Maybe midweek against Burnley, but again today, it's those gangly long legs of breaking down play, putting out fires, covering for the fullbacks, allowing them to have their game. That can't be underestimated. You know, he's being in midfield, his record speaks for itself. I'd like him at centre-back for a bit, just for my own security. But in the middle of the park, he gets balls, he's playing long-raking balls over the top, out to the wings. He's calm, he's composed. He allows Liverpool to be a defensive unit. But also, it's no coincidence that we've looked better in the attack because he's there, and he's there making his game better. Absolutely phenomenal from Fabinho again today. I think we're going to wrap him up. We've seen 8s and 9s. I think 8 overall for Fabinho. Next up is Thiago. My word, some of the stuff that man was doing with the football today. I'm going to talk about several players. About to go this side. Several players in this football team who I think thrived of having fans inside the stadium. Namely this man and this man, but also him. Him being in that advanced role in the middle of the park, that means he can go and he can press, he can harry, he can, you know, a bit of needle about him as well, saying that's my ball, I want it back and you're going to give it me. He's got that, he's got the passes, he's got the balls around the corner, he's got the fact that, you know, breaking down these sides that want to be defensive. We're not going from left to right to left to right because we've got this man who can go, look over there, play a ball there and break these plays down. Utter joy to watch. It got to the point where I think he was taking the piss a little bit, but he was enjoying himself, and that's what he wants. He's not really had that connection with the fans of playing at Anfield and wanting to perform. And I think he just contributes to kind of all our attacks. If it's first balls round the corner, just getting us on the front foot, he's a big reason of why we've been winning games of late. So we'll wrap up Thiago there, who gets a 10. Of course he does. Absolutely phenomenal. Georginio Wijnaldum. Just watched him collecting an award at the end and nearly cried, which is fine. Epitomised Georginio Wijnaldum by the last thing he did before he got substituted off for me. He has those quiet spells. I think you can have the argument that some of the games of late he hasn't been as influential as we expect or that we've seen before. Again, someone else who's been running to the ground because he's always available. But that bit at the end, just before he gets taken off, is everything that I love about Georginio Wijnaldum. It's the aggression, the bravery, the power of two people round and going, nah, get off, it's my ball, I'm having it, drives us into the box, then loses the ball, and instead of just going, can't do that, he goes and wins it back and we create another chance from it as well. We'll do more on him on some show next week and on the instant match reaction on the final word tomorrow again. Absolutely gutted he's going. He's come out and said that he didn't work out. He wants a new adventure. But again today, it was a really emotional moment for him going off, and I wish him all the best. Don't worry, you're talking. We'll wrap up Genie there, who gets a 10. Everybody's in a good mood. I like this. I don't know if I could write fucking 10s. Right, now we'll move on to Salah. Again, I've mentioned the right-hand side before with Trent bombing forwards. Salah was making runs in behind. In fact, he mixed his play up. Actually, was a bit of variation. For some reason, Crystal Palace just decided not to, I don't know, just kind of leave him to his own devices. The amount of balls that maybe Mane, Fabinho, Thiago, Firmino at one point, which kind of leads to one of the goals, is playing a high line. We can't do that against Mo Salah. Well, you can do it against Mo Salah, but when he does it 2, 3, 4 times, do something about it. Well, they didn't, so that's not our problem. But obviously, he's trying to do that. He's trying to cut inside. He's playing cute give and goes with Trent, as I mentioned before. And he just looks full of confidence. One or two moments where I think he's maybe got the golden boot on his mind. He's taking snapshots. I think there was 2 opportunities at least that I can remember where he could have played in Sadio Mane. But not to say that he's trying to ignore Mane and going for the golden boot. He wants to score goals. He wants Liverpool to win football games. He wants the same as us at the end of the day. So, fair play to him. A great performance, determined, doing the defensive work as well. Just out and out. I think everyone was phenomenal today. So we'll call it a day on Salah, who gets a 9. Well done, Mo Salah. Next up is Sadio Mane. That performance was the Sadio Mane that I've wanted to watch for the past 3 months, maybe longer, maybe even longer than that. I got a text from a mate during that game, and I think it was about 7 minutes in when Mane's got his back to goal, and he does that little turn and just leaves someone for dead. He gets a call from someone in the crowd, so he's got the advantage there. If he's got the support, someone telling him, listen, mate, there's someone behind you. He just looked, I've never seen him play with such confidence, as I mentioned before, in recent months. I don't know what it was, whether it was just the mindset of the players going one last time, we need to just fucking win this game of football. He did that. Nutmeg, step-overs, he was a nuisance, he was determined, he was dogged, he was doing defensive work, he was linking up well with Andrew Robertson, a couple of chances himself, and gets both the goals. So you got to be happy for him. One takes a deflection. One of them, the first one, is very quick thinking. Firmino's got the ball there. It's 2 yards out. He can't really miss. But it's been in the right moment, at the right place at the right moment, and reacting as quick as he did to go and get his goals. I'm so happy for him that he got his 2 goals. I'm going to guess that he's got a 10, but Sad's going to tell me. He gets a 10. 10 for Sadio Mane. And Roberto Firmino. I love Bobby. He plays a role in the second goal. I think Trent plays it towards Bobby just inside the box. Bobby then quick round the corner up to Mo Salah, and then it eventually ends up with Sadio Mane and ends up in the back of the net, and Liverpool end up in 3rd in the Premier League, which I'm really happy with. Again, someone that's playing towards the fans. He's just a showman, but again, he picks up deeper roles. He's able to link up play with Salah and Mane. And again, when we have, I'm going to bring it back to Fabinho. Him being there allows these guys to go forward, which takes players out, which gives this guy more space, to be able to do what he does. He has such an influential role in what we do. He doesn't get on the score sheet, but it's all right because Mane gets 2. But every part of Liverpool's build-up and attacking play, whether it came from the right-hand side or the left-hand side, still had Bobby Firmino involved in it today. So I'm so happy for him. Someone else who's played a hell of a lot of football as well, not been up to his usual standards in terms of assists and goals, but again, the effort is there. Oh my God, I'm going to have to take this off. Going to wrap it up there for Roberto Firmino. He gets a 10 as well. What are you saying about subs, sorry? Okay, so we're not doing polls for the subs. I don't think any 3 of them really played much, so I'm not going to actually give them any votes. James Milner comes up. I think he's the perfect substitution when you're trying to shore up a game. Obviously comes on for Georginio Wijnaldum, who gets the standing ovation. I think it's good at the time. I did want to see Jordan Henderson, but that was more of a luxury more than anything. He needs to be saved. And Jota and Chamberlain didn't really play that much and didn't have that much influence on the game at all. So that is your player ratings for Liverpool 2, Crystal Palace 0. Glad to see everyone's in such a good mood, to be honest. Me and Tom are going to do the instant match reaction in a second. We're going to talk through some of these players, some of these performances, what that game means, how happy we can all go to bed tonight, the fact that we can look forward to the summer, the fact that we can look forward to Champions League football next season. Somehow we've done it. I think credit to all these lads that put in performances, the centre-backs that have been thrown in the deep end, like I said. Everything has been so shit and a bit miserable surrounding football and Liverpool for the past couple of months. I'm so happy that we've got a happy ending. I want to thank you guys as well for all your support throughout the season as well, from me and everyone else at Redmen TV. Of course, we will do the instant match, but thank you for coming along and joining us with the ups and downs of this season, and we'll see you soon. Ta-ra.
If you're a parent of a daughter, you'd love your daughter to marry that man.
Top skipper, top captain, huh?
The dressing room's a much better place with people like him.
Well, he's a top-class player, no doubt about that.
And although he might say he's been truly happy working at Liverpool, it's Liverpool he should be grateful.
A night I will never forget in my life.
To give a special trophy to a special guy at a special football club, it doesn't get much better, does it?